Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. Today we are talking about something kind of scary, I guess you should say. I think I've made a video about this before, but I'm making a video about this again because now I actually have the image. They have not yet taken it down. So Goodwill, Shop Goodwill, the website, Goodwill, the company, is currently selling a very, very fake Gibson Les Paul Custom blue guitar. How do I know it's fake? Well, let's take a look at the images. First off, the headstock just looks wonky. This fretboard is definitely not rosewood. It may be, this was typically on a custom, you're going to see an ebony fretboard, meaning this is going to be black. This is typically not going to be rosewood. There are some customs that do have a rosewood fretboard, but in most cases, you're looking at an ebony fretboard. So that's not something this would have. If you look at the horn shape, it's a little wonky over here too. But the real giveaway is this right here. It's kind of hard to tell. This may or may not be a heel joint, which Gibsons do not have. There are no wings, from what I can tell here either. You can clearly see the serial number from very far away, which means they stamped in the serial number after they painted the guitar, not before. All Gibson guitars, minus a very select few like your Firebrand, the serial number is stamped in first and then it is painted over. Just for an example here, I actually have a white Les Paul Custom. This one is not the best example, but this one is painted on because this is a, what is this, a 50s reissue? Something along those lines. But let's see if we can find a Les Paul Custom with that, with the back of it, you know, with the actual serial number. Let me see if I can get one that shows the back of the headstock real quick. If my computer wants to load, evidently not. Moving on. So let's go to the next picture. Yeah, here's a nice close-up. This is not how Gibson does serial numbers. While the serial number may be legit, this is not how Gibson does serial numbers. So moving closer, Gibson headstocks always have, they're called the wings. So basically, there's two pieces that they glue on to make the headstock wider. This does not have this. This looks to be all one solid piece of wood. Now this is a little bit harder to tell. If you look right here on the bridge, there are slits. I know it's really hard to tell because you can't get a close-up image of it. I mean, you can more tell that the headstock is wonky. As I said, this is just a very, very fake guitar. I'm going to try to zoom in as much as I can here. Will it let me zoom in anymore? No, it's not going to let me magnifying glass. I think a few of these it lets me magnifying glass. Yeah, let's see how far. That's as far as it lets you zoom in. Unfortunately, there aren't close-up images of the bridge, but I can 100% guarantee you this is a Gibson. This is not a real, genuine, made in the USA Gibson guitar. This was probably made, you know, somewhere in China. Someone probably ordered this off of AliExpress. The quality when you order one of these fake guitars from China is always hit or miss, so you're either going to get something that's kind of like Epiphone, where it's definitely playable, decent condition, or you're going to get something where everything is just terrible, the frets are miserable, and everything is wrong. Also, the knob configuration is a little off too. Little off. These knobs right here, the whole thing, this whole plate should be moved down a little bit. It's almost in line with the bridge. It's not supposed to be in line with the bridge piece here. Someone did swap a pickup in there. But what worries me, I mean, it's got a nice flame veneer. It's definitely not a real flame maple back in most cases. It's usually a veneer with the fakes. But what worries me the most is this currently has $2,500 bid on it. That means somebody or several people out there think this is a real guitar. Yes, there are 36 bids on it, so that means there are 36 people that probably don't know enough about guitars to say so. They're just kind of some rich dude sitting around saying, oh, I just want to tell people I bought this guitar off of Goodwill. I found it on Goodwill. Something along those lines. Now, at this point in time, I have contacted this particular store. I will show you the seller info if you want to contact them yourself, although by the time this video goes up, this auction may have already ended because I think we only have a day left on it. I'm probably going to release this on Tuesday when I have time. But right here, Goodwill Industries of the Greater East Bay, Oakland, Fairfield, California, 1301 30th Avenue, Oakland, California, 94601. Now, what I did is I tried to contact them, but the number doesn't seem to be like a real or existing number. It seems kind of fake to me. So what I also did was I, Googled the customer support number for Shop Goodwill. I got in contact with a very nice employee, and she took me down my email to get some further information if they need to get further information from me, in case they want to know why I'm telling them this guitar is fake and it's illegal to sell. Because these guitars, the way it's branded right now with this headstock, is illegal to sell. Because, copyright, things along those lines. What they can do, they can get a little bit of paint right over Gibson, and problem solved. Then you're not selling, call it a Chinese replica guitar, you're not selling an actual Gibson. As this labels now, this is as if this was a real Gibson guitar, and it's not. It is not a real Gibson guitar. Let me see if we get any item info. There's not a whole lot of information here. Items have been donated, all items are untested, sold as is. And I'm not blaming Goodwill for this because this does happen from time to time, but you need to do a little bit of research, or have an employee do a little bit of research or something before putting this on the website to confirm it's a real guitar, because there have been multiple fakes I've seen on Goodwill, and I'm sure some of them have sold for a couple of grand. And when you pay a couple of grand for a guitar and later find out that it is worth like $300, because pretty much any of these guitars coming from China, they're not going to really be worth more than $300. I mean, maybe if someone fully customizes it, does a full fret leveling, crowning, rips out all the hardware, puts in authentic hardware that's not copied, not faked, swaps out all the electronics, maybe you're pushing $500 max, but in most cases, you're not getting anywhere near that. I'm going to try to see if I can find the back of the headstock. Let's see here. Back of headstock. Pardon my clicking. I have the microphone right on the keyboard. And here is a good example. So it's either, as you can see, painted on. This is fake. That right there is also fake. That is very fake. Sold. Oh no, this was sold? That might have been a fake too. That's a shame. Let me see if I can pull that image up. But typically what you're going to see is this. So this is the back of like a Gibson, typical Gibson. Usually you have made in USA down here. The serial number is all covered in paint. The white ones, I guess they painted on there because it's probably really hard to see. That makes sense. Some of them they do paint it on there. Let's see. I'm going to wait for this to come up. See if we can get a picture of it. I apologize for the loading time. I'm not sure what's going on with my computer right now. It's been raining like nonstop for like a month and a half. Seems like it, so that may be interfering with my internet. So let's see. This sold. I don't know. This looks like it's fake too, I'll be honest with you. Let's see. Back of headstock with impression number, made in USA, black body, cream, made in 2005. Oh, you know what's also funny? According to this headstock, this was also made in 2005, so I wonder if they used the same serial number. Actually, let's look. Let's look to see if it's the same. 02005, 02005, and there should be 3 numbers after. Okay, this one did get changed a little bit. But based on what I'm seeing, this is also fake. Let's see, it won't let me get closer. But yeah, the back of your Les Paul headstock should not look like that. If it does look like that, you have a fake guitar. I hate that I can't zoom in on these freaking things. Like, this would be so much easier. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, 100% this is fake. So the easiest way to tell, Gibson does not do metric bridge. This is a metric bridge. See the slots? Not a single Gibson Les Paul ever made has these slots. So this is either a converted Epiphone or more than likely it is a Gibson, where this is not a real guitar. I don't know how much that sold for, but that's kind of terrifying when you Google Les Paul Custom and the second row has a fake image immediately. Like that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. That just shows you how prevalent these things are. So, as I said, I left a message at the number for the store. I contacted customer service. Hopefully, I am hoping that they take it down before somebody spends $2,500 on a fake guitar. But this, I mean, as I said, this is an older one. It's hard to see. This is a real custom headstock. You know, you can tell this is older, as I said. The tuners have been swapped, but it's always hard to see. The white ones now, I guess they're doing it in black lettering because you probably couldn't see it. So we see S for custom shop and then the serial number. They do it every single one. You can't even see it at all on this one, and I can guarantee you this one's real. But some of them, it's really hard to see that serial number. This one might be really old. Some of them it's hard to tell. Like it's a 57 reissue, so the serial numbers are a little wonky. But in general, if this is not either painted on the guitar, specifically on a white Les Paul Custom, or if you can read it like this, where it's basically, this is bare wood. I mean, this is basically, they pressed it into the paint afterwards and got through all of it, and this is probably all just bare wood, and then they sealed it afterward. But I can 100% guarantee you, without a doubt, this is a fake guitar. And someone has bid $2,500 on it. So if you are watching this video and you are seeing this after the fact, please contact them and make them return your money and have them destroy the guitar, or you destroy the guitar yourself. Or better yet, just get rid of the imaging, you know, get rid of Gibson on the headstock and donate it. I mean, that's what I highly recommend with all these guitars, because most of them are playable instruments. With some work, you can play these instruments. So there's no point in destroying these things. All I want you really to do is, if you get a hold of this thing, maybe you're the hero trying to buy this so nobody else gets stuck with it. I don't know, depending if you got that kind of money. But just get rid of the logo completely. Get somebody to set it up nice. You know, you could do with the fretwork if it needs to be done, and donate it to a kid that needs it, or donate it to a music school. Something along those lines where they can actually use the thing. Somebody will actually be able to play it without it just being destroyed and going in the dumpster, as many of you may think it should be. So I think that's where we are going to end it. Be careful buying guitars on Goodwill. And if it looks like it's too good to be true, because a custom, this should be like $4,500 right now. I mean, this is a custom color. This isn't just a custom. This is a custom color custom, meaning that it is so fancy, so much money. This thing probably sold for $5,000 to $6,000. The real model, not this particular model, but the real model was probably in the $6,000 range when it initially came out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This is Gray's Guitars. My name is Steve Gray. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.